Boosting profitability is always a business priority, and never more so than in the current climate. Most companies place the emphasis on increasing sales, but cutting costs is often a better strategy. The role of procurement and supply chain management in improving financial health is often underrated. Businesses with squeezed revenue streams could be missing a trick. The figures speak for themselves. Between 50 and 70% of a company's revenue is spent in the supply chain. Too many businesses fail to recognise how strategic procurement can impact their bottom line. On average, cost reduction programs deliver savings of 5 to 15%. So let's consider what that means. Let's say you're a manufacturer with a turnover of £10 million. If you're spending £5 million, a cost reduction of just 5% equates to savings of £250,000. That is a significant gain and is quicker and easier to achieve through cost reduction than organic growth. Not surprisingly, more businesses are waking up to the value of cost reduction. More than half of total spend may be going to the supply chain, yet many companies have nobody in their leadership team specialising in and focused on procurement. Integrating supply chain management is one of the most effective ways of improving financial performance, particularly if it forms a part of a wider business improvement strategy. So we have established that a modest reduction in costs can have a massive impact on profits. Now let's look at how it can be achieved. Firstly, you can't scrutinise costs without having access to the data. It is the start of a process. Data to insights, insights to actions, and actions to deliverables. Whether you assign someone to pore over your data in-house or use a consultant, the priority is to assess how much you are spending, with who, and on what. There are a whole range of software solutions which allow you to analyse spend data and gain insight through visualisation. That overview is far more valuable if it is extended to interrogate how you are spending and provides additional insight into buyer behaviour. Effective procurement spend analysis is all about providing actionable information. It shines a light on every nook and cranny of your business, forcing staff to interrogate and justify all areas of supply chain spend. Supply chain spend analysis allows an organisation to collate, analyse and benchmark data. Once you have a clear visual representation of the information, the next step is to identify opportunities for cost saving. That could incorporate anything from highlighting annual supplier price increases to identifying leaner ways of raising purchase orders. It's impossible to exploit all these opportunities at once, and it's important you assess the resources available and prioritise actions. It may be that you start with the lowest hanging fruit. Easy wins might include consolidating suppliers to secure competitive pricing, working with fewer vendors saves time as well as money, agreeing contracts for uncontracted spend to secure better rates and establish longer-term relationships, benchmark minimum and maximum unit costs across multiple suppliers to identify cost-saving opportunities, and identify and reduce maverick spend. But decisions around suppliers are not driven by cost alone. There may be other factors influencing procurement decision. However, what is important is to create a culture in which people can justify their choices and rationalise expenditure. It is important to have transparent systems and processes in place to manage procurement right across the business. Of course, cost reduction programs are only effective if everyone is on board. Your staff are your greatest asset when managing expenditure, and leadership teams should consider how they might train employees in areas like negotiating techniques, a skill that can have a significant impact on the bottom line. When implementing a cost reduction program, it is a good idea to appoint a project manager to oversee delivery. They will need to engage with stakeholders across different departments, using their people skills to secure buy-in, encourage the sharing of ideas, and to get everyone singing from the same hymn sheet. Communicate the business case and the rationale for what you are doing. Give people the opportunity to ask questions and contribute. Alongside data analysis, it is a good idea to conduct interviews with decision makers across the business to discuss issues surrounding procurement and explore ways in which costs might be managed better. Next, you must extend that stakeholder engagement out to the supply chain. Open clear and honest lines of communication. Explain what you are doing and how it affects your working relationship. Share your success criteria with your supply chain. Set clear boundaries and provide constructive feedback. ensure there is a level playing field where all suppliers are treated fairly. Forming long-term, trusting relationships is the key to the success of strategic procurement. Cost reduction programs are most effective when they sit at the heart of a wider procurement strategy. They do not work in isolation. The prospect of making savings of between 5 and 15% of spend is alluring, but ultimately the exercise is about building resilience and sustainability across the business. Implementing better procurement practices will make your operation more robust, and that is more important than ever. Cost reduction must work in harmony with supply chain performance and supply chain risk management. Those who recognise the synergies and take a holistic approach have a far greater chance of success. The easy wins might grab the headlines, but cost reduction is a journey. Many areas like risk management take longer to work through, but they are just as critical in building a sustainable and cost-efficient supply chain. Thank you for watching this short explanation video. If you would like to know more about procurement data, cost reduction and supply chain management, please visit Alliance Procurement Solutions website or contact us. All links will be in the description below. From all of us here at Wylde Connections, we hope to see you again soon.